how are you all? Welcome to this channel. I am Mary Tajitos. In today's class, we will be doing the step-by-step of this beautiful medium-sized backpack. Crocheted with cord, silk, or rat tail cord. Made with a stitch known as the pineapple stitch or fan stitch. It's ideal for those who are just starting out and are looking for a handmade, practical, modern, and very functional design. You can make it and personalize it with the color you like the most. We will be working from scratch, starting with a completely round base using single crochet, and we will also work on the handle using single crochet. And look how beautiful and detailed the fan stitch or pineapple stitch looks. Just look at all this precision. If you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any of our upcoming projects. Now we continue with the list of materials, followed by the step-by-step instructions. We will be working with the following materials, and you can get them at your online store. We have 2 supplies: scissors, a magnetic clasp with spaces for sewing, and a personalized plate with the channel's name. This one is optional. Measuring tape, a 3mm knitting needle. This will be our main needle, and a 2.5mm knitting needle. This one is for hiding threads. I'm going to be using 2 rolls of satin cord, also known as silk cord, which is also called rat tail cord. This is a skein that comes with 144 yards, and the strand measures about 2 millimeters thick. In the video description, I'll leave you the exact amount of material that I'll be using for this project. You'll also find the final weight of the bag and the final measurements of the bag there. We start by making a magic circle. We take the yarn and wrap it over our fingers like this. We take the hook with the tip facing down. We go under the first strand, grab the second one, pull it through, and here we twist. We pass the hook again under the second strand, and here we lift it up. We have 2 loops in the hook. We're going to pass the first one through the one we already had, and here we've made a chain stitch. And look how the circle looks inside this circle. We're going to work 7 single crochets. We pass the needle through the circle, yarn over, bring it forward, and lift it up, always at the level of the little loop that's on the hook. We have 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through both. And here we have our first single crochet. We pass the needle through the circle again. Here, look, we've yarned over and lifted up. Yarn over again and pull through both. We repeat the process again. We pass the needle through the circle, yarn over, lift up. We have 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through that cross. Here we have 3 single crochets. We're going to continue until we complete all 7 stitches. Complete all 7 stitches here. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to close the circle, take the short strand, pull it, and see how it closes. So here we have 7 single crochets. Now let's close it. Let's add some height to this ear and pass the needle through here. In this first chain, from back to front, look. Here you can see the first complete chain. Look where it is. It's a little tight because it's the first stitch. We pass the needle from back to front. We place the reserved loop, and we take it to the back. We pull and adjust the yarn here a little bit. We finished the first round with a total of 8 stitches. If you're wondering, Mari, where did the 8th stitch come from? That stitch was formed when we closed the round. Look, here's the yarn that we brought to the back, underneath the first chain. Here we formed stitch number 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means we are working with an even number. Now we're going to start the second round. We pass the needle under the strand we've taken to the back, place the reserved loop, tighten a little, yarn over, and bring it forward. And like this, we make a single crochet here. And now we start round number 2. In this round, we're going to work a sequence of increases, which means 2 stitches in the same stitch. We pass the hook under the entire chain, and here we will make 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets under the next one, and so on, making 2 stitches under each one. We insert the hook here where we made the first stitch. We yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and close, completing the first increase here. We insert the hook under the next chain, and there we'll make 2 single crochets. We insert the hook under the next one. And we'll work 2 stitches under each chain until we reach this last one. We reach the last chain. Let's check the last 2 stitches here. We pass one again. And here we make the second one. We give height to this little ear, and we're going to close this second round by passing the needle under the first full chain from back to front. This way, we take the reserved little ear and move it to the back. She's going to do very well. We finish the second round with a total of 16 stitches. You're going to count these stitches after you finish closing each round. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 stitches. Now we're going to start the third round. Let's make the first stitch. Passing the needle under the strand that we brought to the back, we place the reserved loop on the needle, adjust, yarn over, pass under those 2, give it a little height, and here we make the first stitch. In this third round, we are going to follow a sequence of single stitches, which means stitches without increases, and in the next chain, increase stitches, 2 stitches in the same stitch. So we work single stitches, increase stitches, single stitches, increase stitches. That is the sequence we are going to follow throughout the whole piece, until we get to this last one. To keep working, divide it into 1. In the next one, we will work the increases, In the next stitch, we make a single stitch, and in the following one, we will make increases. We continue working the sequence until we reach the last stitch. We reach the last stitch. Here we are going to make an increase. See how we perfectly closed the sequence, because we started with a single stitch, worked increases, single, increase, single. We alternated this combination of stitches, finishing here with an increase. We go under that chain, make the first stitch here, go again inside the chain, inside that stitch, and make the second stitch here. We give height to this little ear and finish off this third round, passing the needle under the first complete chain from back to front. Notice that the closing in every round will be the same. We take the little ear and go backwards. finish the third round with 24 stitches at the end of each round. Keep these 3 recommendations in mind. First, check that the sequence is correct from the first stitch to the last. Second, make sure you have the correct number of stitches for the round you've completed. And third, at the end of each round, arrange the stitches like this so the piece takes shape. Now, let's start the fourth round. We pass the needle under the strand we've brought to the back, place the reserved loop on the needle, and tighten. Yarn over and make the first stitch here. In this fourth row, we're going to follow a sequence of increase stitch, 2 single stitches, increase stitch, 2 single stitches. We're going to work the increase here where we made the first stitch. We pass the needle under that strand and we make the second stitch here, needle stitch. We complete the first increase here under the next chain. We are going to make a single stitch, under the next stitch, single stitch. And in the next one, we make an increase. 1. We go through again. And we complete the second one. In the next 2 points, we are going to make a simple stitch. 1. And in the next one, 2. We make an increase. This is the sequence we'll follow for the entire piece. Increase, 2 single stitches, increase, 2 single stitches, increase, and we keep working 2 single stitches, increase, 2 single stitches, until we reach these last 2 stitches. We get to the last 2 stitches. Here we are going to work 2 single stitches. To close the sequence correctly, remember that we started with an increase, continued with 2 single stitches, followed by an increase, and we work that sequence throughout the whole piece. Here we are going to finish with 2 single stitches. We pass the needle under the first chain and make the stitch. Under the next one. We finish the round. We give height to this little ear and pass the needle under the first complete chain and we place the reserved ear on the needle and move it to the back. We finish round number 4 with 32 stitches. Please check that you have the correct number of stitches in the right sequence. Now we're going to start round number 5. We pass the needle under the strand, place the reserved ear, and make the first stitch here. In this round, we're going to follow a sequence of 3 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. Here we have the first one. We go under the next chain and make the second stitch. We make the next one here and complete 1, 2, and 3 stitches. In the next chain, we will make the increase, which is 2 stitches. In the same stitch, we have 1. We go through again. And we make the second one. We continue with the sequence, repeating the same process. 3 single stitches and 1 increase. We make the 3 single stitches. Now we're going to work the increase. 1 and 2. We continue all the way around. 3 single stitches followed by an increase, 3 single stitches followed by an increase until you reach this last stitch. We've reached the last stitch. Here, we're going to make an increase to complete the sequence. See that here, we started with 3 single stitches, we worked the increase, continued the process, and here, the last 3 stitches are single stitches, which means that here comes an increase. We make the 2 stitches. 1. We go through again. And we complete the second one here. We finish the round. Look, all the finishes are the same. We bring the yarn to the back. We finish round number 5 with 40 stitches. Please check the sequence and the number of stitches. Now, let's start round number 6. We make the first stitch here. And in this round, we're going to follow a sequence of increase stitches. 4 single stitches, increase stitches, 4 single stitches. We start here at the first stitch, making the increase. We continue with 4 stitches. We go under the next chain. We make 1, 2, 3, and 4. At the next point, we make the increase. 1, 2. Simple stitches, and we continue with the increase. We make the increase. And this is the sequence we're going to follow throughout the whole piece, until we get here to the last stitch. Here we make the 4 simple stitches, and we're going to make the increase. And we finish this side with 4 stitches. We complete the sequence, we finish here with 4 simple stitches, and notice that here we started with the increase. Let's close the round. We finish round number 6 with 48 stitches. Here we follow a sequence of increase stitches. 4 single stitches, increase stitch, 4 single stitches. You should keep in mind that in each round, we will be increasing by 8 stitches. Now, let's start round number 7. We make the first stitch here. And in this round, we will follow a sequence of 5 single stitches. 1 increase stitch. Here we've made the first one. Now we work 4 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, at the next point, we will make the increase. 1, 2. We repeat the process, 5 simple steps. And we make the increase here. complete the sequence all the way around until we reach this last stitch. We reach the last stitch. In this one, we are going to make an increase. We give height to this little ear, and we are going to close it. We finish round number 7 with a total of 56 stitches. We work a sequence of 5 single stitches, 1 increase stitch, 5 single stitches, 1 increase stitch all along the edge until we get here to the last stitch, where we make an increase. To close the sequence, let's start round number 8. Here, we need to follow a sequence of 6 single stitches, 1 increase stitch, 6 single stitches, 1 increase stitch. So what will we do this round? We are going to divide the single crochets into 2 parts. Notice that they are even stitches. We are going to start by making 3 single stitches, 1 increase stitch. So the first 3 stitches will be completed with the last 3 to make the 6 stitches. We make 3 single stitches. We continue with the increase and then continue with 6 single stitches, and we work the increase until we reach the last 3 stitches. We are going to make the first 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now we perform the increase. 1 and 2. And on this side, we're going to continue making 6 single stitches. Does that mean we resume the sequence as we would normally do it? If you're wondering why we're dividing these first 6 stitches, I'll explain it to you. Look here to see how it goes. We want to make the base completely round, but if we continue the sequence of 6 stitches and the increase, 6 stitches and the increase, the base will no longer look 100% round. Instead, it will start to show where we're making the increases. Why does this happen? Because when we make the increase, working the 6 stitches, we end up with an increase on top of another increase, and the piece would begin to take shape. Look, it wouldn't be completely round anymore, but the increases start to shape it. So to prevent this from happening, we divide the first 6 stitches. Now, what are we going to do? We continue working 6 single stitches. Complete the 6 stitches here. Look, we're going to make the increase on top of a single stitch, and the increase from the previous round. Look here, it's on this side. There won't be a stitch on top of an increase, but the single stitches will be on top of this increase. You'll see the difference when I show you the base. Look, here we can already identify where the increases are. How is the piece looking? Now that we finish this round, you'll notice that the piece will be completely round. We make the increase here. We work 6 single stitches. And here we make the increase. We continue working the sequence all along the edge of the piece until we reach the last 3 stitches. Complete the sequence. See how you can't tell where we've made the increases? The piece looks completely round. Now we're going to make the last 3 stitches to complete the initial 6. We go underneath, make the first one here, the second one. And here the last one, which is the third stitch. We are going to close the round. We finish round number 8 with a total of 64 stitches. We work a sequence of 6 single stitches, 1 increased stitch, but we divide the first 6 stitches into 2 parts. We make 3 single stitches, increase, 6 single stitches, increase, 6 single stitches. We continue that sequence until we reach the last 3, where we complete the initial 6 stitches of the pattern. We have closed the sequence correctly, and look, the base has turned out completely round. Now we're going to start round number 9. This will be the last round of the base, and if you want to make the base a little bigger, in the video description, I will leave you the sequence for round number 10, number 11, and number 12. We make the first stitch here. And in this round, we're going to follow a sequence of 1 increased stitch, 7 single crochets, increased stitch, 7 single crochets. We make the increase here in the first stitch, and then we go again. And we complete both. Now we work 7 stitches. I finished the 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to make the increase, and here we make the second stitch. We work 7 single stitches, 1 increase, 7 single stitches, 1 increase all along the edge until we reach the last stitches. We complete the stitches on this side following the sequence, and here we make the last increase. Now we're going to work the 7 single stitches and 1, and thank you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's do the closing. I finished round number 9. This will be the last one for the base, with a total of 72 stitches. Look how it looks completely round. It's a firm and well-structured base. Whenever you work the rounds, please don't forget to adjust the stitches so they take their shape. Now let's close the circle and hide this strand. We pull tightly and see how it closes. Now let's hide the strand. Under the stitches, we use a thinner needle to help us. We pass under the strands. Remember that these are very tight, and like this, after you have hidden the strand a little bit, you will cut the rest and burn it so the strand doesn't come loose. We cut and burn the tip. Now I'm going to give you the length measurements. I finished with 13 centimeters. If you're wondering, Mari, can I work on this project with another type of material? Of course you can do it. You can use PIP cord, you can use macrame thread, you can use t-shirt yarn. What you need to keep in mind is that the measurements will vary depending on the thickness of the material you're going to work with. Now we're going to continue by making a round of single crochet all around the edge of the piece. We're going to do this without any increases, just making a stitch in the center of each chain all along the edge. What will we achieve with this round? It will start to take the curved shape of the bag, dividing what will be the base from the body of the bag. We'll pass the needle through the center of the chain stitch. Here's the finished chain stitch. We go through the center, taking only the strand that's on the top. We go through the center of the chain stitch, and we will also take the little bump that's on the back. This will give a bit of structure to this first round. Look, here we go through the center of the chain stitch, taking the top strand and the little bump that's on the back, this little bump. Notice that here, the little loop we've brought to the back, under the first chain stitch, has 2 strands. Look, here we're going to take the needle and pass it from back to front, right between those 2 strands here, which already applies. So, what are we going to do? We're going to take the needle and turn it forward, passing it again under this last one. This is how it should look. We place the reserved little loop and adjust here. We take the yarn and make the first stitch here. Look, the yarn stays on this side, as if we had already made the stitch. In the center of the chain, now we pass the needle through the center of the next chain. And remember to also pass it under the lumita that's in the back. We go under the yarn. And under the lumita, it's a bit hard there. Remember that the stitches are quite tight. We always lift to the level of the little ear that's on the hook, so that all our stitches come out even. We yarn over and pull through both, and here we already have the second stitch. We go through the center of the next chain and the little loop that's in the back. Look at the yarn, and here is the little loop. We go through very carefully. We yarn over and make the next stitch here. We go through again. The center of the chain and in the little loop that's at the back of the stitch. We make a single crochet. In the next one and at the bottom. Always keeping the height at the level of the little ear that's on the hook. This is how our stitches are looking. We're going to keep working all along the edge, one stitch in the center of each chain, until we reach this last one where we'll make the final stitch. We go through the center of the chain and the little bump that's on the back. Look here where the little bump is. We go underneath and make the stitch here. Lift up this little loop and you're going to close it by passing the needle through the center of the first full chain. This one, not this one, but the next one. This is the second stitch here. First, second stitch, on top, in the chain. Pass it from back to front. Place the reserved loop and take it to the back. Tighten it. Very good. Here is how the stitches turned out. Now, let's arrange them so the piece starts to take shape. Now, let's work on the next round. I want you to pay close attention because here we are going to start the stitch pattern that we'll use to make the body of our bag. This stitch pattern is known as the fan stitch or pineapple stitch. We will be making it using double crochet and single crochet. Let's make the first stitch. We pass the hook under the strand that we brought to the back and make a single crochet here, tightening the yarn very well. We give it height and make the stitch. After this first stitch, we're going to count 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. And here, we're going to work an increase of 5 double crochets. We pass the needle through, counting 1, 2, 3. Here we'll make the stitches. We place the yarn over the hook, go under the 3rd chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2. Pull up again, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Here we have the first double crochet. Yarn over, go under that same stitch and make the next one here. We go under the first 2. We lift up, yarn over, and close here. We yarn over again, go under that same chain, and make the 3rd stitch here. We have 1, 2, 3. We repeat again. Here we have the 4th stitch. Let's make the last one. We take the yarn, pass it underneath. We lift it up halfway, take the yarn again, go through the first 2, lift it up, take the yarn, and finish the stitch. We've completed the 5 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make a single crochet, and we'll do this by counting 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. Here we'll make the single crochet. Now we're going to repeat this same pattern, counting 1, 2, and 3. Here in the 3rd one, we repeat 5 double crochets. We yarn over, go under the chain, pull up a loop, go through the first 2, and here we finish the first stitch. We yarn over again and make the 2nd stitch. We yarn over, go into that same space. We complete the 3rd stitch. We repeat the process. We check stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make the single crochet. We count 1, 2, and in the 3rd chain we make the stitch. Look how they're turning out. How beautiful! We repeat this same pattern again, counting 1, 2, and in the 3rd chain. We yarn over the hook. We go under the 3rd one and make 5 double crochets here. 1, 2, and 1, 2. 2/3. 4. Now we're going to make the single crochet. We count 1, 2, and in the 3rd one, we make a single crochet. This way our stitches are turning out. Look how pretty they are. We're going to keep working, following the sequence all along the edge of the piece, until we get here to these last stitches. I'm already finishing the round. Look how beautiful the pattern is turning out. Here I made 11 little fans. And now we're going to complete number 12. Look, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains left. What are we going to do here? We've already made a single crochet. We count 1, 2, and in the third one, we make the double crochets. We yarn over and go under the third chain. And we make the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 26, 28, 29, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37. That chain, the chain of the first stitch. 39, 40, 41, 42, 50, 51, 52, 53. 53, 54, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 86, 65, 66, 67, 68, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 84, 88, 89, 90, 192, 93, 93, 94, 96, 99, 114, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. 24, 25, 27, 30, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 39, 43, 47, 48, 49, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 63, 65, 66, 69, 70, 71. 72, 73, 73, 90, 93, 93. 94, 95, 96, 97, 100, 112, 14, 16, 26, 27, 28, 29. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 46, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 56, 60, 61, 64. 52, 53. 54, 56. 58, 59, 61, 62, 63, 68, 70, 71. And now we're going to count starting from the next chain. You have to keep in mind that this is the next one. You should count the stitches from the first fan stitch, which are 63, 64, 68, 69, 69, 70, being the center stitch of the 571, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 92, 96, 99, 13, 19, 23, 24. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 37, 38, 40, 45, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 56, 57, 58, 60, 62, 65, 66, 70, 71, 72, 75, 76, 78, 78, 79, 80, 80, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 192, 92, 93, 99, 100, 100, 100, 113, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 35, 36, 37, 39, 43, 47, 48, 50. 52, 53. 53, 53, 64. 55, 57, 67. 67, 80, 82, 85, 86. 80, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 91, 97, 98, 100. We count the first fan from the previous round 1, 2, 13, 14, 26, 27, 28, 31, 34, 35, 37, 38, 38, 39, 41, 43, 47. Continue the second round making the 11 fan stitches. Now we're going to make the last one here. Here we have a single crochet. We count 1, 2, and in the third one, we make 5 double crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5. Let's make the last single crochet. We count 1, 2, and in the third chain we make the stitch. This is how our second row looks. Now let's close it. Give some height to this little ear and pass under the entire second chain. Here we place one. Look, right here where the second one is. We place the reserved strand and take it to the back. This way, we're going to close it now to start the third row. We're going to pass the needle through. Look, here we have the single crochet. Under this chain, this is where we pass the needle. We place the reserved loop there, and that's where we're going to start row number 3. We go under the chain, place the reserved loop, and adjust it here very well. We yarn over. And here we're going to start with 2 chain stitches, 1 and 2. So right here is where we make the 2 chain stitches. In that space. Look, that's where we're going to work. 5 double crochets yarn over. Remember that these first 2 chains don't count. We go underneath and make the first double crochet here. We go through again. And we make the second one here. We place the third one very well. We take the yarn. We make the fourth one. We check 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to make the last stitch. Now we're going to work on this side, the single crochet. We count 1, 2. Under the third chain, we make a single crochet. We've made the first stitch here. Fan from the third row, I completed the height. Look how beautiful this pattern looks. Here I worked a total of 16 rows. I'll explain how you're going to identify them. You're going to place yourself at the first fan stitch and count in a chain-like way. Here we have 1. Let's go to the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll give you the measurements up to this point. In height, it's 19 centimeters in width. It's 21 centimeters. If you want to make the backpack a little taller, you will continue working the rounds, following this same pattern until you reach the desired height. And if you want it to be a little wider, you should modify the base by making it bigger. Remember that in the video description, I will leave you the sequence for the next 3 rounds. If, while working on your piece, you realize that your stitches aren't tight enough and the structure isn't firm, you need to tighten them much more. This means you should make them tighter so it can achieve the structure it needs to stay like this. Let's position ourselves at the last stitch. I haven't closed it yet. I wanted to do it with you. Let's work the last single crochet. Notice that the closing is the same process we've been doing. We go under the third chain here, counting 1, 2, 3, and make a single crochet. The stitch should be nice and tight. We give some height to this little ear, and we're going to go under the second chain. Look, here we see the first one, and here the second one. From back to front, we grab the yarn. And we take it to the back. We adjust it here very well. We are going to work a round of slip stitch around the whole piece to give it a better finish. So we position ourselves here where we made the closure, and we're going to pass the needle through the center of each of the chains. We pass the needle through the center, taking only the top loop, and that's where we're going to make the slip stitches. We pass the needle. We place the reserved little ear, tighten it very well, yarn over and pull through both. We go through the center to the next chain, taking only the top loop. We yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 2. Slip the last one into the one we already had, pull through. We pull up a little bit and go through the center of the next one. We slip. I'm already finishing the round of slip stitches. Look how all the stitches are even and the same size. Here we're going to do the last 2. We go through the center of the chain and slip into the last stitch. We're going to go through the center of the chain and the back loop. Here we go through the center and under the loop. We give it height, and here we slip. We are going to close the round with slip stitches. We are not going to cut the yarn. We are going to keep working because here we are going to make what will be the handle of the bag. We'll make this using simple single crochet stitches. We are going to insert the hook in the center of the next chain, taking the top loop and the little ridge that's on the back. Look here where the ridge is, and here we can see where the chains are. We are going to start right away with the single crochet stitches. Here in the first one, we make the closure, then we go into the next one, through the center and the little ridge that's on the back. And we are going to work 7 stitches. We also insert the hook into the back ridge, yarn over. We pull through, and here we make a stitch. We insert the hook into the center of the next chain and into the back ridge. Why are we taking the back ridge? Because since we're going to work the handle to give that first stitch more strength, we yarn over, pull up a loop, and make a single crochet. To make an egg, we use one. Thank you. This way, until you complete the 7 stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here we make the last one. Seven, we make turning chains, turn the piece, and we're going to work. The first stitch, look, here we have 1, 2, 3. In the third chain, we insert the needle and make the first stitch. Underneath the next one. We insert the needle here in the last chain. Look, here. We make the stitch there. We make turning chains and turn the piece. We finish the second round with 7 single crochets, and we're going to work on that base here. For the third round, we insert the needle into the third chain. First, second, and third, we go through the center. And we make single crochets until we complete all 7. Here, we're going to make the last stitch right here in this space. We go underneath and make the 7th stitch right here. We make a turning chain, turn the piece, and continue working the 4th row. In the 3rd chain, we make the stitch. I finished the rows, the handle. Look how it looks. Here, I made a total of 96 rows. I'll give you the measurements in a moment. In length, it's 54 centimeters. In width, it's 4 centimeters to make the handle seam. Let's take the bag and arrange it like this. Make sure this side is well positioned here. Here, we're going to mark it. Look, make sure it's nice and even. Now we open it. And at this point, we're going to start. Look, this is the point that's right in front of the start of the handle. And here it ends. We're going to take the handle. We arrange it very well. Look, it has to be straight. What you do need to keep in mind when finishing it is to do it on this side, on the right side, so that you start the stitching from right to left. You are not going to make a turning chain here. Look, we have a little loop. Remove the marker and insert the needle in the center of the chain. Not through the whole chain, but in the center. Take the reserved little loop and bring it forward. Here you adjust the size of the stitch. You can now remove this marker, and here is the seam. I'll show you where you're going to make it. You're going to pass the needle through the center of the chain below, taking the top strand. Then you'll pass the needle through the center. Up here where the chains are, only take the strand that's in the back, not the front one, just the back, and pass the needle through the center of the next chain. And in the stitch that's on top, in the center, take Nibla. Go through the first one, the second one, and here you'll have 2 loops left on the hook. To make a slip stitch, repeat again in the center of the next stitch. And in the center of the little chain on top, taking only the back loop, go through the first one, through the second one, and make a slip stitch. Here, do tighten the stitches, because this is the join. So, go through the center of the next one and into the stitch that's on top. Here, you'll have a space left. Will you pass the needle through this ridge? Pass the little chain underneath and in the ridge that's on top. Take the yarn. Pass through the first, the second, tighten the stitch very well, and here you slip. We cut the yarn. You can do this with the yarn needle right away, very carefully. Let's see here. Now we're going to take this yarn. The center of the last stitch, we pass the needle from back to front, grab the yarn, and pull it to the back. Here. We pass it now up here on the handle. Under this last one, look, you'll see a little bump here. Tighten it well and keep tucking it under the stitches. I'll show you how the handle joint turned out. Look how nice the back looks. You can't even tell. We already have the backpack ready. Here, I'm going to show you how to attach the magnetic clasp. You can use this one or whichever you have available, or if you want, you can leave it without a clasp. Because honestly, it's quite tall. You can put in a little bag with a zipper. That's another option too. So those of you who have the clasp are going to position the piece. As with the stitching, ensure one point faces the other. You're going to attach the thicker part by placing it in the center, and you'll do a simple stitch in each space as many times as needed. Keep going until the clasp is nice and tight. Ideally, do it on the inside so the seam isn't visible on this side. After you have this part ready, take the thinner piece and place it on top of the clasp. Here, arrange it nicely and bring this part over here. And on this side, do the same process after you've centered the piece well. This backpack is medium-sized and ended up weighing 400 grams. I used up 1.5 rolls of this. Look, this is what's left from the other roll we started with. This is so you have a guide in case you want to make a bigger piece. We finished the whole process. I'm going to show you the result. Look at how our backpack looks. How the base turned out, the handle. The inside part, look how spacious it is. We've reached the end of the class. Thank you for staying with me until now. I hope you enjoyed the whole process and that you put it into practice. If that's the case, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. See you in the next class. God bless you. Bye.